I want to show you a few features on how to use the equation editor. If you haven't used it before, then I think you'll find it very useful when you're taking this course. Click on Insert, and then over to the right of your screen you'll see Equation, and it has the pi symbol there. So click on that, and it will open up your equation editor. Now, here you have a bunch of symbols like the plus minus, infinity, equal, not equal to, the multiplication and division sign, the factorial sign we won't use in this class. Some of the others that we'll use are less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. You can click right here for more symbols. We might use the pi, and there you have the pi symbol there. If you have Fahrenheit or Celsius degree, you can input that. The other ones that we will use are the fraction, the script, the radical, and the brackets. So let me just briefly show you those. If you want to input a fraction, you can click on fraction, and here you will have the fraction and the numerator and the denominator. I would prefer that one. I think this skewed fraction is a little bit harder to, for people to see sometimes. So I prefer the stacked fraction is just up and down. So if I wanted to input the fraction 3/4, I would just move my cursor to the numerator and put 3, and to the denominator and put 4. And then when you're done, you can click outside the box or use your arrow keys on your computer and just use the right arrow to move out of the box. And there you have your 3/4. Let's say that you want to input an x squared. Go over to Insert and then Equation again. And here we have script, and this allows you to add a subscript or a superscript. So most of the time here we'll be using superscript. So again, if we want to input x squared, we would choose this one and then move our cursor over to the left box and input x, and then with our right arrow move our cursor over and put a 2. And again, we can right arrow out, or you can click outside the box and then you'll have your x squared. Let's say we want to write the square root of 49. So we go to Insert and then Equation, go over to Radical and choose the square root, and then again we need to move our cursor to where the box is shaded blue, because that means now it's ready to input information there. So once we have 49, we can either right click out or you can use your arrow key. Let's say we want to put something in parentheses. We can go over to the equation and choose bracket, and then here's our parenthesis, and again left arrow over until the box is blue, and then now it's ready to input information. I'm going to use my arrow and say 3 parentheses x plus 2. So those are the most commonly used features for this class. The fraction, the script, the radical, and the bracket. I would suggest that you just play around in those a little bit. You will use these when you complete the math expressions conceptual activity for your orientation unit.